Hello everyone. So for the past 2 days we have been discussing about the S3 service, how to create a bucket, and we have been exploring its properties. Today also we'll continue the same, but today we'll also learn how to host a static website in S3. So we are not going for dynamic website. We are just going for a static website that runs with pre-coded HTML files. So we'll head to S3 and currently I have no buckets, so we'll create buckets. We'll create a bucket, my AWS bucket, right? Okay, so I'm in Mumbai region. So I'll explain later when for now I'm blocking all public access, but I'll explain later when I disable this. Bucket versioning we have already discussed in the last video, so you could see that, and default encryption also I'll explain later. In a moment I'll explain about these all. I'm just going to create a bucket. Yeah, my bucket is created. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to upload my HTML files, HTML and some MP3 files for my website. So I'm going to host a static website in S3. So let me upload all the relevant files that I have over here. Let me upload these all. This will see permissions and all, we'll see. Okay, we'll see permissions. Storage classes we have already discussed, so we'll see some part of it. Storage class I'm just going to upload for now. Yeah, I guess, yeah, around 5 MB got uploaded. Okay, so it got uploaded. So now even if I upload it, if I try to access the website, or first I need to enable static website hosting. So if you scroll down under the properties tab, we could enable a thing called static website hosting. So we'll see everything. So the static website hosting, I'm going to click edit and I'm going to enable this. Now it will ask what is the home page or default web page of the website. In my case it is index.html, and this error document too. For now we could ignore, or else we could give a error home page also. So this is a redirection rules JSON file we need to upload, so no need. What is redirect request is that suppose our bucket is just for redirecting the users who are trying to access our website to another bucket which has the actual website. So you could give redirect accesses too, but I'm going to use this bucket to host the static website. So I'm going to choose how host a static website. I'm going to save changes. Now I've done this. I have hosted my website, but if I try to access it, I get something like access denied. So why? It's because we are blocking all public access. Remember when I created the bucket, we saw something about public access. So here we see that block public access, it's currently on. So we read this: public access is granted to all buckets and objects through access control lists or ACL. So this is just for privacy or secure purposes. So we block all public access by default. Or we could have edited this when we have created the bucket itself, but I'm going to edit it now. I'm going to turn it off, or else I could give some specialized conditions. So these are nothing, we just read it. This is just blocking the public access that is granted through new ACLs. This is through any ACLs. This is through new bucket policies. So we could I'm unchecking all of this and I'm saving changes, right? I'm confirming it, and now public access is off. Now if I try to access, still I won't be able to access. So why? We'll see here. So now I've blocked all public access, but I need to write the bucket policy. There's no policy that blocks all the public access now. So that's why it's showing access denied. So we have to write a bucket policy that allows any users in the world to access the website. So I have a pre-written notepad file, so let me get that. I have a pre-written notepad file. I could maybe explain this also, but this is into JSON. So we have an ID, we have a version, and we have a statement, SID, action, S3 get object, effect allow. It's going to allow the user's resource. It's copying the ARN, if you remember, Amazon resource name, right? And principal asterisk means it's allowing everything. So here we are just going to replace the bucket name with our bucket name. So I select that, and my bucket name is my AWS bucket, right? So hopefully this is my bucket. I copy this, right? I copy this and I paste it here. So here itself it will say if there is any syntax errors or for some reason it couldn't create, but for me there's no any error and it has accepted. Yeah, so we have updated the policy as well. Now if I try to access for the final time, my website, I could access it. Now I'm accessing my website, but what if I want to keep the logs of the website in a different bucket? Means I want the data of whoever is accessing the website stored in a bucket. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to create another bucket. My AWS bucket, RAEED. I'm going to name it as logs. So I'm going to create a bucket. So, and what I'm going to do is that to configure that, I'm going to head to server access logging. So log request for accessing your website. So you could enable this, and it will ask a destination where to save the logs. So you could browse and click your bucket. That's the destination, and this is some region, bucket name, okay, any prefix, any sub kind of bucket, and the format. Could go with any of them, and we'll click save changes. Now if I try to access my website, my log will be saved in this bucket. It will not be instantly saved, it will take some time. We could do that. We could update some policy, stuff like that. Now hopefully you have seen bucket overview, bucket versioning we have seen in the last video. So now we'll see, we know what is tags, we'll see what is default encryption. So here if you see in encryption, we have encryption type. So the first type is the default S3 key. right? If you remember in EC2 we had a default key, right, for encryption. Similarly here we have a default S3 key. Second one we have, so everything is server side encryption, there's no client side, this is server side. Second we have an AWS key management service key, KMS key. We could create a KMS key. It's a different service. I've already discussed it, not in detail, I just said there is a service called KMS and we could create our custom keys here. Not going with that now. We could also enable it, disable it, we have the options here. So that's it, that's about encryption. Next we have intelligent tiering. So what is intelligent tiering is that it automates the transfer of data from like standard to maybe deep archive, glacier, right? It transfers the data between different storage class. It enables enable objects stored in the intelligent tiering storage class to tie down to archive access or deep archive access, right? So it's basically automation thing, right, for data which is not used very frequently. It's not recommended to keep in storage, standard storage class. So we'll enable an automation in which if it takes like if the data has not been accessed for 90 or 180 days, it transfers it to archive access type. So that's about this. So just an automation thing like lifecycle manager or something in EC2 like that. Server access logging we have just seen now. CloudTrail and all, these are different services. So when we explore that service, we'll understand about this. CloudTrail, EventBridge, SNS, simple notification service. So these are nothing, we'll see later. Static website we have seen, and under permissions we have seen this block public access, bucket policy, object ownership, right? So this we'll see about this ACLs in future when we specifically talk about IAM, right? We'll see about ACL, access control list. So yeah, metrics study itself I've said, shows the graph for the data stored, and in the next video we'll talk about lifecycle manage, configuration, replication rules. This is also automation, and yeah, that's it. So let's see if any logs has come. No logs. Okay, will take some time. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you.